Living by faith is our place of advantage. Now meditate on it. Living by faith is our place of advantage. If you're in combat, you do your best never to give your enemy the higher ground. Why? It's an advantage. You just that pretty much it's over. So then they went up in the air. You know, who controls the skies? Are you understand what I'm saying? There's places of advantage. And living by faith is what? Our place of advantage. Why? Think about it again. 1 John 5 tells us, because this is the victory that overcomes the world. You don't want to live in the world. This is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith. Living by faith is the place of our advantage. Let's read 2 Corinthians 5:7 together. Put your eyes on it. I know you can sit there. I know what that. I got that one. Put your eyes on it. God says, keep the word before your eyes. So put your eyes on. Let's read it together. What does it say? For we walk by faith, not by sight. We walk by what? Faith. That walk means we live by, we go about by. We carry our lives on by faith, not by sight. That word sight does not just mean visual, it means perception, your five senses. What are your five senses? Seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Off limits. When it comes to living in the kingdom, when it comes to living with God, you can't do it by sight, your senses, your perception. Because your perception is for a different arena. Look at, watch this, make it very clear. 2 Corinthians 4:18, this passage really it helped me early on in learning about faith and walking by faith. 2 Corinthians 4:18, along with something else we're going to see in a minute, just really helped me greatly in walking by, living by, really being about, as a lifestyle, faith. Let's read it together. 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, while we do not look at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporary, but the things which are not seen are eternal. And it says, while we do not look at what? The things which are seen. Let's take the word seen out. I don't have a lot of time. And use the word appear. While we do not look at the things which appear, but we look at the things which do not appear. Y'all see that? While we do not look at the things which appear. I just change it because then we get used to the words and that seen. We just told you what is perception, right? It's your senses. But let's use the word appear. Right. I think it just kind of, it helps me just kind of, okay, things that are apparent, things that visually, they're there. They're physical. I can smell it. They appear on senses. They're apparent. So while we do not look at, so we don't look at. What do we don't look at? Things that appear. They're there. See, it's religion that lies. There is no denial in faith. You ignore the things that appear. That's the lifestyle. Ooh. And let's have the benediction and go home. Because that's right. That's what Christians do all day long. They want to talk about this and that. They talk more about what the world and the devil. Well, you know, the devil's busy. Yeah, the hell he is. No, he ain't. Not in my life. What are you talking about? And then the devil did this. Well, look. You wear me out with it. The boy can only be in one place at one time ever in existence, and you're telling me he lives at your house? Then everybody else is free. I don't know what they're complaining about. He ain't got it like that. But people they call themselves of faith, they call themselves Christians, and all they do is dwell, fixate and focus and dwell and fix all their words around what's apparent and what's there. No one said it wasn't there. God says you don't look at it. If you don't look at it and it's there, what are you doing? You're ignoring it. Just think how much you hate being ignored. So if you don't like them, why don't you ignore them? Like you like it. But the way you don't look at what appears is by fixating and focusing on what doesn't appear. Well, how do we do that? Easy. It's kind of amazing that people ask, well, how do I do that? How do I look at and concentrate on what doesn't appear? Like anybody else. And you do it, not you, but the person next to you. So not you, but the person next to you. Not you, but the person next to you does it all day long. Fear is concentrating on things that do not appear, that are outside of God and his kingdom. You ain't scared of nothing to happen. You're not scared of anything that happened. You're tripping on false evidence appearing. I'm scared the plane's going to go down. It's parked. What are you talking about? I'm scared the shark's going to bite me. You on top of a mountain. What are you talking about? I'm scared my kids are going to get on drugs. That means they're not on drugs. Are you kidding me? So don't ask me, well, Brian, how? Don't ask me. You do it all the time. How are we going to look at things that don't appear? I don't know how you're doing it right now. You're not controlling your thoughts. That's how you're doing it. So now control your thoughts. Don't be like doubting Thomas. He wasn't even scared. He was just doubting. What did Thomas say? We looked at it, previously in messages, in parts of this message. There was a guy, Thomas. Everybody calls him Doubting Thomas, but his name was Didymus. It wasn't doubting, so I don't know why they could doubting. But he doubted. He had no. He didn't really doubt. He had no faith. He said, "Until I see in his hands, and I touch with my fingers, and put my hand in his side." He's talking about all this. He said, "I will not have faith. I will be faithless." Jesus showed up and said, "Well, here I am, Thomas. Stop being faithless and have faith." And notice go back and look at it. What in chapter 20, John 20, Thomas said, "Unless I see and touch," he says, "I will not believe." That is a decision he made. And that's the God-given power we have. Choice.